Hello and welcome. Today I want to do a review of this book right here. It's called Successful Secret Searching, a New Technique for Magicians by Bob Loomis. You know, it's funny that he calls it a new technique for magicians. I think what he has in mind there is his system. He has done a wonderful job putting things into categories. I'm going to give you his categories in just a minute. But as far as the old saying, and this is a very old saying, if you want new magic, read an old book. As far as that's concerned, as far as I know, that's been around since magic's been around. I mean, people have been searching old books. I know Harry Anderson used to say, magic is like a vast pool. You dip your cup in the pool. You know, Harry Anderson did some unique stuff. He really did, and because he kept his antennas up for something that was unique, something that was special, something that was novel. And I think it really benefits us to do that as well. There's nothing wrong with the classics. I remember Genii used to say to me, David, you need to learn the classics. You need to learn them well. And you need to take at least one of them and do it so well that you do it better than anybody else. That's kind of the way Denny approached his magic. Personally, my own approach has been a little different. I've always looked for something original, something unique. And I will say this, and it's actually said in the book, you're not going to find that by buying the latest magic that the dealers are promoting. There's always going to be a fantastic trick, or at least something that appears to be fantastic, that all the dealers are advertising. Vanishing Ink is advertising it, and Penguin Magic is advertising, and your local dealers are probably advertising it too. Nothing wrong with that stuff, especially if you can take it and make it novel, or make it unique, or make it your own. But if you buy the over-the-counter trick, and you learn it the way the instructions present it, and you present it the way you've seen it on the trailer, you and 100, 200, 500 other guys are doing the exact same thing. So I really feel like your act needs to perhaps be a combination of the great classics. I mean, if you're doing traditional magic, I'm not. I'm doing mentalism. So as far as I'm concerned, I want my act to be relatively unique from start to finish. Now, I do book tests, and I think all mentalists do book tests. And I do a Q&A. I think all mentalists do Q&As. These are kind of standards, but as far as some of the things that I present, you know, they're based on techniques that I maybe picked up in 13 Steps, or I picked up in Adaman's books, but I've dressed them up in some of my other interests, and this is where I think real creativity lies. When you take your interests outside of magic and you bring them together with classic principles, you're going to come up with something original. But this book, Successful Secret Searching, is really about not only about finding secrets, but finding routines, finding ideas that are not being utilized at the present moment, that can make you stand out in the crowd. And that's what you want. You don't want to do what everyone else is doing. You want something that makes you unique and makes you special. So let me give you a few quotes from the book just to kind of wet your whistle and give you something to think about. Now, this is from the introduction by Chris Wardle, and he says, I love this, you can never have enough magic books. You can never have enough magic books. I will tell you, I've got a barrister bookcase over here. You can't see it. I have a barrister bookcase over here. I have a floor-to-ceiling bookcase here, a floor-to-ceiling bookcase here, one here, and I have 3 of them in the closet. This is my study. All of these bookcases are filled with books to overflowing. They're stacked on top of each other. And I have boxes of books in the basement. I really believe in that adage, you can never have enough magic books. You read, you read, you read. That's where your material comes from. That's where your inspiration comes from. Successful secret searching will enable you to find your latest miracle by looking to the past. Find that method you have been searching for. Compare different takes on the same idea. This is what you're going to get. Now, he doesn't give you ideas in this book. He doesn't give you secrets in the book. What he gives you is a method for searching them out. As all magic dealers know, their customers are looking for the latest miracle in the hope that it will make their names in the world of entertainment. By purchasing that up-to-date must-have trick or video, they will only become clones of all the other people that are doing the same thing. To succeed, you must be different from everyone else. Well, I think that's partially true. I mean, I do believe in originality. I do think you have to strive to be original, try to be different. But when you really and honestly and truly bring your personality into your magic, you cannot help but be original, because there is only one you. Even if you're doing the same thing that everyone else is doing, as long as you've really infused your personality, it's going to be unique. All right, so let me get down to some basics here. Now, one of the things I love best about this book is not the meat of it. You know, the meat of it is where he takes specific categories and lists books and articles and so on under those categories so that you have a starting place for the kind of magic that you want to do. That's the meat of this book. But in the beginning of the book, he has essays. This one is called The Best Book. They were quite admirably looking for something new and wanting to present a magic effect that others were not performing. And they would ask the dealer, what is the best book? I get that question a lot. What are your top 10 favorite books? What is the best book? Well, the answer to that question depends on who you are and the kind of magic you're doing. Somebody who's specializing in cards and specifically in knuckle busting sleight of hand with cards, they're not necessarily going to read the same book as a mentalist, or someone who's interested in coin magic, or someone's interested in platform and stage. Very different. And so this author has taken the time to research and to break out different categories. I'm going to give you some of those categories. This chapter is entitled Becoming the World's Greatest. Well, personally, I don't need to be the world's greatest. I really don't care. I just want to be the best me I can be. But here's what he's quoting Anneman here. In Jinx number 12, Ted Anneman asked, why do magicians wait until someone else does it before thinking it up themselves? There are hundreds of published effects not being used by anyone. Those are the words of Ted Anneman. There's a chapter here, page 9, entitled, You Do Not Have to Perform. I really appreciate this as well, because in our art, there are a lot of people who love magic, who love going to see magicians, who love participating in the forums, who love to make comments under YouTube videos. They love to collect, they love to read, they love to study, but they don't love to perform. That's okay. It's okay. And he's giving you permission right here. Now for a significant magic secret, he says, first sentence, you do not have to perform magic to actively participate in the world of magic. Don't search, research. That's the title of another chapter heading. He says, you will need, page 11, he says, to complete your mission. And that mission is to create an original act, to really be yourself on stage. To complete your mission, you will need exclusive information. The magician with the new and novel tricks wins the customer. All the tricks you will ever need already exist in the literature of magic. This is why Denny used to say, and Phil Thomas used to say before him, read books, my boy, read books. Because everything you need is in a book. When you buy the latest and greatest, chances are you're going to pay at least as much, if not several times more, than the price of a book. In a book, you're going to get maybe hundreds of effects, or at least ideas. in that for that one effect that you're purchasing, you're going to get that effect and very little else. So really the best value in magic is still books. Now, he's listing out the things that he's utilizing in this book. It includes books, magazines, lecture notes, and other sources, which includes club newsletters, patents, single illusion plans, dealer instructions, personal letters, unpublished manuscripts, convention programs, audio and video recordings, and internet group postings. This is probably an untapped resource. You know, when I'm researching something, I'll Google it and I'll see what comes up. A lot of things I'm researching, there's not a whole lot of references for, but every now and then I'll go to a magic forum and I'll search that subject in the magic forum, and there are some knowledgeable people out there, and they will give you not necessarily the answers you're looking for, but they'll give you direction, and so you can pursue those directions. Well, this does the same thing. It's giving you direction. Page 24, let me share with you a few quotes from page 24. He says, "Your aim is to keep ahead of the competition by exploiting your unique character and personality." He goes on to say, "There is no single secret to success. It is made up of many individual choices along with much trial and error and a lot of research and, yes, a lot of hard work. No book can change your life or even make you a better magician. Only you can do that through hard work. The best book can only provide some tools and direction." I do think it's a mistake to buy a book or to buy a trick or to buy anything in magic and expect that you're going to take that thing right off the shelf and put something in your show. I just don't think it works that way. You take it off the shelf, you study it, you let it marinate for a while in your subconscious, you kind of see what you can bring to it from other directions, and something begins to evolve over time. That's the way it works. You really, to read the instruction sheets of a magic trick, or to buy a magic book and read the description and then try to do that, you know, honestly, I don't think that's ever worked for me. Ever. It's always a matter of evolution. And I really think that's the way to go. So what is the ultimate secret of success? Don't give up. That's what he says, page 24. Love that. So, here are the index of group headings. Now, when I say group headings, let me just give you a sample. This is comedy and patter, heading number 250, and you can see there are references down here. And that's what you're getting. You're not getting annotation. You're just getting references. You're getting you're getting a direction to go in if you're interested in this heading. So that's what he's got. That's his system. Let me share with you the headings. This is on page 27. Collecting and catalogs. That's heading number 100. Number 130, history, biographies, and gossip. 160, theoretical considerations. 200, presentation. 250, comedy and patter. 300, advertising and business methods. 330, acts reviewed and specialty acts. 360, sources of work. I kind of love that. Let me, well, no, you need to get the book. Anyway, that was fantastic. I went almost straight to that because I'm always looking for work. And he listed some things that I've never seen before. And I've been doing this a long time. So that was really, really terrific for me. Sources of work. 400, magic stage illusions. 420, escapes. 450, classic effects. 480, chemical, fire, and smoke. 490, animal and bird magic. Money and credit cards. Playing cards. Mentalism, memory, hypnosis. I love this section too. Fortune telling, spirit, spook, and supernatural. I mean, that's fantastic that he made a category out of that. A lot of people would lump that into mentalism. It's not. There's a difference between mentalism and macabre magic or dark magic or spirit magic. There's a difference. Magicians, props, and apparatus. Magic using common items, gimmicks or secret devices, hidden activity or strategy, gambling, cheats, cons, and hoaxes. Love that too, separate section. Harry Anderson drew a lot from that pool, I can tell you. Beginners, close-up and various, apparatus construction, buying and selling, kindred arts, and lecture notes and magazines gets its own section. So those are his headings. He goes through here, as I've said, and he'll have a heading. Under each heading, he has a subdivision, and under the subdivision, he has a list of references. So, folks, I think this is... And let me tell you something else about this book that I didn't mention. I did not buy this book from a dealer. I bought the book from Amazon, and it was very inexpensive. So, if you want a great investment for very little money, take a look at this. Hey folks, thank you so much for joining me. Please comment down below. I love your comments. Please hit the subscribe button if you've not done so already. I just found out, I don't know when I'm going to post this. We're in August right now as I record it. But let me just say, I have gone over 1,000 subscribers at this point, and I am thrilled. Thank you so much. You're the ones who did that. I appreciate you. Comment, let me hear what you have to say. Thank you so much. Have a great day.